As for the top, Arsenal have given up 5th to Tottenham on this round of games, and Spurs still have a game in hand, of course. As for Chelsea, they sit 3rd again, Manchester United in 2nd, as was the case when they came into this Christmas and holiday period. Manchester City just away, gone. So tomorrow night it's Spurs and Manchester United. 22:30 Mecca it all starts. beIN Sports 2 for Arabic coverage, 11 for our English language service, and if it's half as good as the game that we've watched tonight, we'll take that. Alex McLeish and Ian Rusher here. Much to discuss tonight, not least around 2 big decisions. One that Arsenal didn't get in the first half, one that Chelsea did get in the second half, and we could see what Wenger thought about it. Can't wait to hear from him. Reaction next. It's a pretty good debate here about those 2 decisions we'll share with you in a moment. Friday night, Liverpool play Everton, 3 language coverage available. Manchester United play Derby, both those games, of course, from the FA Cup 3rd round. And our comprehensive coverage gets underway Friday, as you would expect from us here at beIN Sports. So, would somebody please explain to me the difference between the 2 incidents, 1 second half that led to a penalty, 1 first half that didn't?
Yeah.
Big Egg will tell you.
The first one.
Deal with the second one.
Moses never went for a tackle.
Deal with the second one before that.
Okay, Bellerin went for the tackle, and he put his foot in, and he's caught Hazard in the ankle or the foot. That's the difference. Here he goes for the tackle here. See, Moses doesn't do that.
Does the fact that it's Hazard put doubt in your mind?
No.
Why not? Because he's always falling over. Well, Arsene Wenger will say that to you. Where's the contact? How much contact?
Well, it doesn't really matter how much.
Not a lot,
I think that's a penalty.
Is that enough to bring him down?
Probably not, but that's not the issue. The issue is he has a little reach for the ball. It's a reach more than anything from Bellerin. But because he doesn't get the ball first and Hazard does there,
that's the one.
And then he makes contact. I've said to you time and time again, Richard, front men, forward men, attack-minded people like that, even defenders, would, if he was up there, Alonso, he'd have gone to the ground.
Deceiving the official in falling in the way that he did, and in winning the penalty how he did?
Because you still hit him. Kizzy, you watch the South American games and the referees over there, they all fall spectacularly.
I'm not interested in that, Mick. I'm interested in that.
No, but if they hit them,
he's not even taking a step look. He's just immediately gone, I'm going over.
Yeah. He makes the referee's mind up for him. That's what he does.
So he's deceived the official.
Well, maybe.
Well, that's the debate that we're going to have and have to have now constantly, isn't it?
Well, there's contact. So I think he's never going to get away from. He's not going to get charged with simulation for something.
What's
like
important here is you say there's contact.
Yeah.
Right. So Hazard goes down.
Yeah.
Because there's contact.
Agreed.
The
other day then. When Reedy said down.
Why then isn't this a penalty when there is also contact? And actually, this is a tumble that's genuine.
The Moses, because
watch the contact there, which leads to
I think it's a penalty.
He hits
Moses. That's a penalty.
He hits Moses in his stride. He hits Moses, so it should be a free kick for Moses.
No, Moses shouldn't. Well, then I would argue, people would argue Moses shouldn't be running across the line. His line behind him. To initiate the
shouldn't it?
Contact.
You've got to see a better no-run bit.
Yes, because I'm going to trip him over.
No chance. Come on.
Well, I should be saying Bellerin.
I think we're being a bit pedantic.
I think they're both penalties. I think they're both penalties.
Fair enough, but I think we're being
pedantic. That's why I was interested in what the difference was.
The kid's not going to go down.
That's pedantic.
This is a genuine tumble.
That is a difference. That is a different egg because...
Right, how can he avoid
trust him that?
No, but what I'm saying is, the kid was brought down, yes or no?
He changed direction.
The kid was brought down.
He fouled Moses. He's kicked him.
He doesn't even see Moses.
He's kicked him in the knee. He's kicked him in the knee.
No, come on. You know there's contact, and it doesn't have to be intentional.
But he doesn't go for. He doesn't make the tackle, Moses. He doesn't put his foot in the way that Bellerin did.
But that's an irrelevance. Intent is... You're saying because Bellerin put his foot in, there was an intent there to make the tackle.
No,
we've removed intent
from the
laws of the game.
As Andy said, it wouldn't have been a penalty area, it would have been a free kick.
Yeah.
Because it was in a penalty.
What confuses me, either they both are or they're both not. I can't
They both
Well,
are.
Understand why there's a
both
difference.
are.
I would have given 2
Putting
penalties.
the foot in.
Would you?
Two
Rushy?
Aye. penalties.
What would you give?
I would have given two. I would have either given 2 penalties or ignored them both, because I don't think there's any difference.
So
between
having
them.
not given the first, you feel you would
Probably, and
not
I
give
think
the
that's
second.
Arsene Wenger's going to say that. I think Arsene Wenger will say that. He will ask the,
Yeah,
the
will be
very same
interesting.
question, I'm sure.
Yeah, it will be interesting.
There's not enough in this to bring Hazard tumbling dramatically like that.
So would he got
No, there
booked?
isn't.
If he didn't get the penalty, does he book him?
Well, he'll get a 2-match ban if somebody deems that to be deceiving an official. They'll look at it very closely, won't they?
No, they won't.
No,
because
they
it's
won't
been-
because he's been
kicked him,
he's
yeah.
contact been made.
in the ankle, so they won't. They look at.
Well, there was contact made when Niassi went over. There was contact made when Lanzini went down.
Yeah.
And both those players got booked for 2 games.
Well, I'll be fascinated in the modern world that we're entering of VAR and all this nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just asking.
And you know the problem
as I'm
we've
sure
got?
most people
can
will
I
be.
just say, you know the problem we've got? People like us moving on. And this is that we've just watched a sensational game of football.
Great game.
Sensational, yeah?
Yes.
Start to finish, maybe took 5 minutes to warm up, and then it was pulsating. It was a Premier League at its very best, you know, when teams attacking each other, chances missed, saves being made, tackles going in. And yet we spent the first 10 minutes debating
Fighting.
whether there's 2 penalties or not. And that's the problem.
And
we're
the
going to have
other
going
problem
on,
that
Richard.
can
And
I also
hate the
put
thought
to
of
you
it.
is that Arsene Wenger now is going to be restrained in whatever he says because he's on one charge. He might be on a second from the Football Association, but do we not deserve, all of us, to hear what he honestly thinks about what he's seen tonight? Why should he be restricted from giving us his opinion?
No,
He shouldn't be,
I don't
really,
think he
because
should.
at the end of the day, it's his feelings and everything, you know, and say people have different opinions, but for me, I think that's what the fan supporters want to hear, what he's got to say.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
Well, we do too, don't
Yeah,
we?
exactly.
We are the conduit between him and his
while
fans.
we're debating whether Hazard might be hauled up for simulation, might Jack Wilshere be hauled up for the same thing?
Well, you see, Andy, you just made the point. The world we live in now, the world we live in, once you start referring incidents
know.
post-match to video referees,
Sorry.
the floodgates are open.
Move
I think
on.
you've got
Move on.
yourself a big problem.
Yeah. What if Arsene comes out and says, thought the referee was terrific, he made the right decision twice?
He won't.
Okay, I just thought I'd throw that out there just in case.
He won't.
nothing like a good battle.
No, you don't think so, eh?
There's no, I'm saying there's nothing like a good battle.
Well, this could be interesting.
The
Let's hear
banter.
from
Yeah.
2 players very close to the discussion we're having.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, man.
Hazard doesn't really believe that.
Eden was giving nothing away. Yeah.
But he's a good boy in those situations. And as for Hector Bellerin, well, I think we can draw our own conclusions from what we heard. So this is how it all unfolded. 2-2, probably, I think most neutrals would concede, was fair. And as Andy said, it was an evening of high entertainment.
That was terrific. And
Can't he just lose his Jack Wilshere here? He gets sucked to the ball a wee bit and Wilshere's all of a sudden free, Andy.
He slipped a bit,
See,
didn't he?
here,
Just really
you see him, he's
slipped.
with Wilshere at the moment, and then he follows the ball a little, and the ball breaks for Jack, and it's a brilliant finish.
do you know what? That's Morata. That sums up Morata's night. Morata could have had 4 tonight, and that touch there just set it beautifully for Jack. I mean, he's tried to intercept it, but that's the kind of night Alvaro Morata had tonight for Chelsea. Nothing went right for him.
We've seen it over and over and over again, and I'm sure there'll be a ultimately split decision on this, depending on where your loyalties are. But Hector Bellerin wasn't convinced. Hazard, of course, he's going to tell us it was nailed on from his perspective.
I still say if he reaches for it and doesn't get it, it's a penalty. Bellerin.
Big man's sick again.
A penny for them just then.
He didn't know quite where to go, did he,
didn't.
or who to
No,
talk to.
No, no.
And then,
Walking in circles there, wasn't
I think all his staff just turned away.
and then it got worse.
Well, it got worse. I'll tell you what Conte did for me twice. He brought on this guy here, Zappacosta, because I think young Maitland-Niles had been giving Moses the runaround. So he cleverly brought this Zappacosta on, and the first time anyone got past Maitland-Niles tonight was here. So that was an inspired, I think, substitution at a time when it really helped Chelsea. That was great playing.
I think Moses may have been injured, Andy, with that kick in the knee he got from...
Might have been, well, if he was...
from Miles, Maitland-Niles.
That big kick. Stud marks, yeah. But that's one wing-back firing into his 6-yard box and another wing-back from the opposite side sliding it into the near post. Fantastic.
Yeah, incredible.
And then, right at the death, this.
Yeah,
Full marks to them. They kept going, didn't they?
They really put them under P.
That's a brilliant
They
finish.
deserved, really, is it?
They deserved it. They deserved
I
that.
think it was a
6 or 7
fantastic
players
finish.
in the box now. It's do or die for Arsenal.
Oh, it's a great finish.
It's a wonderful finish.
I mean, Thibaut Courtois, whenever it was there to be saved, he saved it. The two that went past him, he didn't have an earthly way either of them. There were two brilliant finishes where they went.
That was like the Miller
Yeah.
Vojevic goal, wasn't it?
Yeah,
last
great
night,
finish.
And
Crystal
even then,
Palace.
as we watched Chelsea celebrate, Arsenal
was
celebrate,
the easiest
Chelsea
chance
were
of
away.
life.
Goodness.
Easiest chance of the night that was. All you have to do is just think it over and we can go to the side, either side.
Unbelievable.
And then I think, as Andy said, I think he just summed up his night.
They
He
did,
could
didn't
easy had 3 or 4.
Yeah,
That you just think it over him on to the side, didn't he?
he'd have bad night.
And even then, Zappacosta rattled the bar.
This is a great hit from him. He comes in. I mean, he smashed one in against Stoke, didn't he, last time out? Thought he had done the same again. Well, so did he. Not to be.
And had that happened, we would all have been sitting here saying how typical Arsenal, would we not?
Yeah, they deserved it. They played well.
Because they were wide open, just after he equalised in stoppage time. And then the centre-backs just went walk away, right through the middle.
Unbelievable.
The big players played well for him tonight.
Yeah.
You know, Ozil was
Yeah,
much,
and Sanchez much better.
much more influential. Yeah.
Thibaut Courtois has come out to talk to us, and here he is. Yeah, really good entertainment. Arsene Wenger has come out, but sadly we don't have time to listen to... No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Got us there. Got us there.
Here he is. Not, in that instance, as lively as we thought he might have been, but his view on the award farcical. I really wanted Jeff to ask him, as we discussed here, the difference, please, between the one first half you felt you should have had and the one second half that was given. Because he was up appealing for the one first half, wasn't he?
I'm really surprised that Jeff
surprised
didn't
he never
ask.
mentioned that.
Me too.
Yeah. Arsene, I thought he would...
Unless the host broadcasters has already made up their mind that it wasn't a penalty, and therefore...
But Wenger did,
dismissed
Andy.
it.
He did think it was a penalty. We saw his reaction. He went to the fourth official and was furious. So either, as we said, both are or they're not. But one can't be and the other one is. Look,
Both the penalties. You know, and the referee was in the
he
right
said.
position.
I read his lips there. He just turned away from it. He went, unbelievable.
contact there. Off the knee, therefore, it brings his own feet together and down
the
he
game's
goes.
gone if that's a penalty.
Well, I would say that there's another... A pal of mine has just texted in to say
Who is this pal of yours?
what he's going to be working for us
John
tomorrow
Collins
night.
is watching,
John
says-
just watched it. And what he made a really good point. He says it's up to Moses to get himself out the way. In other words, check his run to avoid the
He ran
contact.
across Moses. How can Moses
Check
read the
your run.
guy's mind? How
Check
can
your
he-
run.
No, but he ran across him and he didn't run in a straight
How
line.
many times you see players
It's
do
Moses
that?
wasn't chasing him.
So Moses stops, he checks, he puts his arms out, he says
went-
no contact.
When he went across that way, listen,
many
the game's gone. The game's gone.
See this? It's a classic, Richard. Like we've said it many times. Wishy and I have done it loads to defenders like Big Eck many times. It's a bit like when a centre forward, a forward player breaks through. Like Maratta did a few times tonight. And you were always taught as a kid, if a centre-back's chasing you, what do?
Yeah.
Get across the front of him. That is to
Because any
instigate
kind of contact
the
is a foul.
Not that he's going to tackle me, but I'm going to get across him so that we come together
Yeah.
with me in front of him.
Yeah.
We're down.
You've just
That's
nailed
a
it.
penalty.
It's a come together, so it's no
But
penalty.
but you'd be sent off.
No.
But Alex,
He
Alex,
never put his foot in.
the law
yeah.
has
Big man, I
changed
love you,
now.
but it was a
doesn't
penalty.
matter about whether there's intent. If there is
Send
a
out
coming
water.
together, it's a foul.
Right, well,
and whether it's outside of the box or
I'd like to
otherwise,
hear-
it remains a
I'd
foul.
like to hear 20 referees viewing that and saying that that's a pen. I'd like to hear that rule from the 20 refs.
Well, I've just spoken to Mark Halsey, who said, if there is any
Phone him
kind of...
back now, see if he's seen it.
If there is any, he's seen it. If there's any kind of contact, it's a foul. If there is any kind of contact, there was.
But the contact was from the boy on.
No, the boy can't see Moses. How could he make the contact?
He's got to get out of the way of Moses.
Right, that's it. We're off.
At that point, that is enough. Is
It's
enough.
been a long week.
I think Alec agrees that either both were or they weren't. Anyway, back here tomorrow night when Tottenham play West Ham. Don't miss. We'll see you then. Thanks for your company tonight.